sometimes when you have a friendship bracelet,
Oh my gosh, hold on.
You know, sometimes just like when you in a gang, things don't work out. So you got to snap that friendship bracelet off. You can't just take it off. It
What
must
are you talking
be
about?
snapped.
That's my wedding ring.
And I was just wondering if anybody snapped any friendship bracelets recently.
Okay, that's crazy.
That's an odd way to phrase that
Matt,
question.
and why are you
What?
smiling while you start the conversation?
that's
Because it was
crazy.
funny. It was
Are
a
you
funny
happy
way to
about
start.
Harper's breakup?
No, I just know that Harper came here today saying she's ready. She's ready.
What? Why
She's
does Matt
ready.
talk like this?
She's ready to snap her friendship bracelet.
Oh,
She just said she wanted to talk about it, so I was just saying like snap.
No, you said, "Are you ready to talk about it?" I said, "Yes, I'm very ready." So,
Okay, so she is ready.
okay. Well, do
Okay.
y'all
No,
mean to-
I don't know.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing. I don't want you to say anything.
No, I'm not. I'm gonna be respectful of his boundaries and my boundaries.
No, I know you are. I'm just saying, like, I don't want you to say anything because you feel like you have to say anything. It's also private stuff. Like, you don't have to put it on the internet.
I'm not putting everything on the internet, but I'm putting the main points because there's
Okay.
a lot that goes behind the scenes.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
I'm confused because I haven't seen you say anything about the breakup yet.
What
but
do you mean?
You haven't seen all the tears?
No, but I haven't really seen her post anything.
What about
What?
#free?
Wait, she did have a live. I wasn't on it, but I saw some
Okay,
fan
I
edits of
accidentally
it, and I was
slipped a
like,
cuss word on
uh-oh.
accident. I accidentally.
Oh, I didn't see that.
I did see that.
Yeah, I catch
But no, I was wondering like.
Somebody put my address in the chat, and I was not paying attention. I was like, "Oh," and then I said
Yeah.
a bad word, but
Well,
Yeah.
anyways, I was just wondering because it seems like a lot of everyone online already knows what happened, but I'm just confused because I feel like I barely know what happened, but somehow everyone online knows what
because when I
happened.
found out, I got
And-
very mad, so I started searching up cheating reposts, reposted every single one.
Oh, it was
And I know
She
repost.
had to let the fans know subtly. Like, she couldn't just, like,
I could
flat
just
out.
post like, "Hey guys, Benny cheated on me." Okay, so I'll tell y'all everything. I'm gonna kind of keep it subtle.
Nonchalant.
Subtle after she just said Benny cheated on
I mean,
me.
it's true. I'm not gonna lie to
Be
them.
nonchalant, if you will.
So, me and Benny dated for 2 months. It was our 2 months anniversary when I went up there. It was September 19th when I went up there. We started dating June 19th.
Okay.
wow, they started dating
Wow.
on Juneteenth.
Yeah.
Y'all
Wow.
are 2 months strong?
Yeah, and I
Wow.
never had that long of a
That's-
relationship.
That's
Wait,
actually.
no,
I heard
didn't
that's longer
start
than the
dating in
gang.
June. You started dating in July.
July. Okay, July
Oh.
19th. Sorry.
You were not dating on Juneteenth then.
No, so July 19th, and we stayed till July, August, and September. So yeah. So a week before I went up there, he made a bad decision, and he did do other things with another girl, and I went up there the next week, and I was really excited. It was his homecoming, and we were really excited, and one thing he didn't want me to do was go to a party because he didn't want people to start rumors, which is obvious. And he didn't also want people to barricade me and be like, Harper Summer, all this, because that's like how people are to him, especially at like football games and stuff like that. So he was like protecting me in that aspect. But we thought it was kind of weird that he didn't want me to go to parties and stuff, which is like, I don't know, it's fine. So we get to the party. I hang out for a little bit. And I see, what's it called? I see these two girls are like, "Hey, Harper, can I get a photo?" And I was like, "Of course." And then they're like, "Did you hear what Benson did?" And I was like, "No." And they're like, "He cheated on you and all this." And I was like, I didn't believe it. So I talked to him about it. We talked about it for a little bit. And then we went home for the night. And then
Oh, this makes me sad just hearing this.
there was a lot that went on after I confronted him about it.
Wait, so like they told you, and you're sitting, and so after they tell you, you just go up to him and you just ask?
No, what they told me, my heart dropped immediately. I started bawling, and
At the party?
yeah, at the party.
I mean, I would feel sick.
Yeah. Brick, why am I crying?
Okay, this is why I didn't want to talk.
Sad.
No, trust, it's fine. So then
I don't like hearing this.
it's fine. No,
Harper,
So,
you don't have to talk about it.
no, I want to trust. So then I go up to him, I ask him about it. I promise you didn't cheat on you. I would never do that to you. And then we go home, and
Okay, no, there's no
Yeah, we don't-
reason we need to, like, this
no,
is-
because I want to tell the story. Just trust. I'll get over it. And then, okay, so then the next morning, I get a video from one of his friends, and then it's like right before I leave. So we have a 10-hour drive home because our flight got delayed. And so our flight got delayed and we had a 10-hour drive home. I got a video from one of his friends, him and his friend explaining the situation and how he did cheat on me. So I told him, I said, hey, like, we're done. I don't want to be together.
Wait, he didn't tell you in person?
No. He kept saying, on God, I didn't cheat on you. On God, I didn't do this. And I found out that he did. So I sent him the video, or I didn't send him the video.
His friend ratted on him?
No, his
No,
friend.
him and his friend made a video together.
No, they were on FaceTime together, and this girl was videoing the FaceTime, being like, hey, so what happened that night at the game? And so...
Oh, my gosh.
mhm.
This is news. Wait, I didn't hear this part of the story the other day.
So they videoed the FaceTime call, and then they sent it to me. And then I was like, we're done. I can't be with a cheater. I don't want to be with a cheater. I don't want to be cheated on, all this. And he was like, I can explain. I wasn't in the right state of mind. And to his defense, like, I don't think he was either. I think that he was not in the right state of mind that night, and he wasn't, like, I don't think he had me in the back of his mind that night. And so he, this girl went up to his friend and said, hey, can I get your snap? And then they hung out later that night thinking that she was going to hang out with his friend. But actually she went in the backseat, and then whatever happened. And then I found out that I got the story from the girl that I got cheated on with. I'm not going to say that. But I got the story. And
Wait, she told you?
yeah, she actually DM'd Brooke on TikTok saying, hey, I feel really bad about Harper. I would really want to just call and talk about the story. So then she called us and talked about the story, and everything seemed true. And except for the things Benny told me, he was like, hey, like he tried to defend himself in the most way possible, but he did kind of tell the truth. So I'm going to say that. But I do want to respect his boundaries and stuff like that, because he was a good boyfriend while we lasted and stuff, and we would get in disagreements and stuff like that, and we would always, like, obviously we're human, we're going to have disagreements and stuff, but, like, the number one thing to do when you're dating somebody is to not cheat. And so when I found out he cheated on me after he told me he would never do that, it was just like, dang. So, yeah, that's the story.
Man, that was heavy.
Yeah.
I mean, I could cry right now. I'm
Yeah.
not kidding. I'm like trying not to. That is so sad.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry.
Oh. No, it's okay. You can come sit on the Great Divide anytime.
That's what y'all said last time when I cried too.
Well, you can come sit with us and cry over here.
No, I promise I'm fine. I just, like, I haven't cried about it in, like, 2 days, but, like, I'm fine now. So, yeah, that's basically what happened.
Oh. Stop. Don't cry.
I'm sorry. I promise I'm fine.
No. Wait, why is your makeup so waterproof today?
No, trust, I'm fine. Don't worry. No.
Oh.
Thanks.
Oh,
I
he's
needed this.
giving you his crochet.
No, but I
dinosaur.
promise you, I'm fine. I got over him immediately, obviously. Kidding.
Aw.
No,
Well, I love you.
I love you too.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. But,
You can come sit over here anytime.
okay, no, but yeah, that was the story. Yeah, I was just not expecting it to happen, because, like, I would never think about doing anything like that to him.
Yeah.
So then when I found out that did happen, I was like, wow, that sucks. Because, like, I thought he really did like me, and then I, like, heard other stories of him, like, calling me ugly and just using me for clout, but I do not think that's true at all. I think that we really did like each other. He was just, like, made a simple mistake, and obviously it's not simple, but he did make a mistake, and he's a teenage boy. Everybody's gonna make mistakes, and everybody's gonna mess up in life, but you have to learn from it and stuff. And I probably wasn't the right one for him, but in that period of time, like, it was good. So yeah.
Oh, man.
Mav, what?
It's just so sad. Like I'm literally like, I feel like I could cry right now.
Yeah.
You're lying.
No, I could cry. Like I could have tears rolling down my face if I let myself. I know that we're being recorded, so I'm trying not to. But that is one of the saddest, like, breakup stories I think I've ever heard.
It's so, like, I don't know. It says a lot about your character, though, the fact that you're, like, talking about it, but still, like, not necessarily, like, defending him, but not slandering him. Because me personally, I would be slandering Cash a lot if that was, like, something that happened. So
Yes, she would.
Yeah.
I would say a lot of things. Even, like, if it was 5 years ago. Wait. I have said a lot of things about all the girls you kissed when we were talking.
We weren't dating.
Yeah, I know, but whatever.
Just to put that out there, I would never cheat.
Yeah.
And I did
No.
never cheat, okay? The second me and
No.
Kate became boyfriend and girlfriend, we were in the early talking stages of when we were like 13.
Yeah.
Do I have
No, it's
slime
different.
in my hair?
A little bit. But a little bit slamming the hair ain't hurt nobody.
But no, yeah,
Yeah.
no. I mean, we were only together for 2 months, so it
Yeah.
wasn't like a whole year thing. But like,
Yeah.
still, like I like
no, but
It's
it's still
still-
hard.
it's
Yeah,
so
because
hard.
you did love him.
And like what I keep telling myself is like he saw something in that girl that night that he didn't see in me. So that's why
I don't think that's the case.
yeah. I
I
don't know.
think that he was not in his right mind,
Mhm.
because if he was in his right mind, he would never have done that.
I mean,
Because you
I
are
mean-
a great girl, Harper, and okay, maybe he would have done that.
well, no, I was
mean,
just gonna say,
I
I
don't
think
know him fully.
I just think he made a mistake, right? Like I don't think he wants all of us on here talking about like
Yeah.
his mistake. Like we've all made mistakes in life. We've all done things we shouldn't have done.
yeah.
And so like I don't want to get on here and have all of us just like talk about like, oh, this big bad mistake he made.
Yeah.
When I hope I haven't talked to him obviously, but I'm sure he feels horrible.
Oh, he feels terrible. I know he does.
About it. And he is a young guy, so he's hopefully going to learn. I mean, not to make excuses for it.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to make excuses for it. But
No, I mean, I hope he learns and never does anything ever like that again to anyone else. Cause
Yeah, I mean, Benny, if you see this, do not treat the next girl like that. I know you're better than that, and yeah, I know he won't because this probably like, I don't know, this is probably a big life lesson for him. But like, I mean, it's a big life lesson for me too. Like, don't trust everybody. Don't trust everybody with your everything that you tell them. Because another reason I went up there was because I was going through a lot that week or 2 weeks before I went, and my mom said you can't go up to see Benny unless you fix your OCD and you fix your mental health. So I would never have gone on therapy or medicine if I didn't have him in my life.
Yeah.
So he's another aspect of why I'm doing therapy right now and stuff, because I would not have done that without like him, because like I was not like willing to do anything. And then once my mom threatened me by saying, not threatened me, but like saying like, hey, you're not going up to see him if you can't fix yourself and actually talk to us for at least 5 seconds. So that's why I now am like downstairs for 30 minutes each night. I did that for him. Like, you know, I like tried really hard, and then when I go up there to find out he cheated on me, it was just like what?
Yeah.
So yeah.
I know that's difficult, and it feels like, and maybe he was the reason you started doing those things. And
But also I do it for myself too.
yes,
Yeah.
I was
have
gonna
to.
say like he might have been like a starting point of, hey, this is like my motivation to start helping myself, but that shouldn't be your only reason.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So-
Exactly. Yeah, no. I don't know. But and then yeah, Mav, like I could not, like I've gone a lot better about like the whole situation and like not having to cry every time I talk to somebody. Because like I didn't go to school for 2 days. I like couldn't get out of bed. So it was like a really hard situation for me. But like it's just like every time I think about the story and think about how like it went down, like that's just when I'm like, oh, like that sucks.
Yeah.
Because like he was a really good guy to me. So yeah.
It's also really difficult when you like situations like that happen when you're in the public eye the way you are, because it's like everybody knows what happens and everyone's going to be asking you about it. Like you like didn't want to go to school because you knew you would have been bombarded with questions about it. Like
Exactly.
everyone would have been asking you. Or even if it's not even just like, oh my gosh, can't believe that happened, they would have been like, Harper, are you okay? And it's like, even like in that moment, like you don't want to be asked, are you okay, by people that like don't actually care, you know?
Exactly. Like
So.
no, not at all. But
I don't know, just the effect it'll have on you
yeah.
is crazy.
Yeah, I don't know. And then like also I wrote the song, you know, my song with Benny, like me and him dating, and then like now it's like actually like applies to my life, so that I thought
Yeah.
that was funny. But but yeah, have y'all ever gone through a breakup? Like have y'all ever been cheated on?
I mean, what are you looking at me for? What? She goes, have you ever been cheated on?
Well, like
Obviously,
you know,
yeah,
you-
I've talked about it on
you
the
know
podcast
you know
before.
the feeling like when you find
Yeah.
you know the feeling
the feeling.
when
Yeah,
you
I do.
when you
Thanks.
find out and like your heart just drops and you're like
No. I know exactly what you're talking about.
you're like
It feels like the world is falling apart and like it's just not real.
no,
Like
'cause-
it feels so surreal when somebody that in your head would never do anything to hurt you, that cares about you so much, that like you've opened up to and you're vulnerable with, just turns around and does something
behind your back.
that's evil behind your back, that it crushes you. And so I know that feeling of like when you get the news and when you hear something like that, it just feels almost like a death, because it's like there's people that say like when they're cheated on, they're like, I just wish the person would have died instead, because it's like it'd been easier to deal with
To
someone
deal with it,
dying
yeah,
than
feeling betrayed too.
knowing they're out there just like just lying to you the whole time, that everything about them was fake or something. I'm not saying everything about Benny was fake. I think he was, did a lot of good things while you guys were dating and stuff, of course. But there's that part when you find out news like that is just devastating.
Yeah.
And it just crushes everything, because it's not even just like in that moment. It's like, oh, well, now this has happened and I can move on. It's the next morning when you wake up and you're like, oh,
And you're like, wow.
in the morning, I usually text this person or call this person. And it's like, oh, okay, well, I won't do that. I'll just go to school or I'll just go to work. And then you get done and you're like, okay, well, I'm done with work. And this is the part of the day where I normally call this person on my way home. And it's like, oh, I can't. Okay, well, I can call another friend or something. But eventually you don't want to bug all your friends all the time. So it's like trying to fill that time, that void is like a constant reminder of like what happened. And it's just so tough.
It is, yeah. Yeah, because like me and Benny, like we would call. So I have a break during school. And so in the mornings we would call. And then I went to school for 2 hours, call after that, called the whole time. After school, called the whole time. Then after that, called the whole night till like 2 a.m. And then we would go to bed. And then would wake up and do the same thing again. And that happened for a whole 2 months. So it was like the same thing over and over again every single day for 2 months. So it was like sucked. But like, I don't know. It's like, obviously I have to move on with my life. And like, I try to not be affected by him. I try to be like, oh, well, I have other guys and stuff like that. But like, really, he was like at the time like the only person I saw myself with, and like that I could be with and stuff. So it's like hard to see you have to move on, to him move on for sure too. Like you don't want to see them move on after they apologize and say I would never do that, I'll wait for you, because obviously they are going to move on at some point. And like they're like they're not going to wait for you forever. And that's what Betty says. She's like, I'll wait for you forever. No, you won't. Like you're going to find somebody else. You're going to find somebody else that treats you better.
Yeah.
And like you're going to move on with your life.
And I would say he shouldn't wait for you forever, because like, if you just sit around waiting for the person that you want to be with to come back, like, you're never going to actually find the person for you. Like, if Maverick would have just sulked and waited for the girl to change, he never would have met his wife.
Exactly.
Like,
exactly.
You have to, like, move on from it. And it's, like, same thing with you. Like, you can't just, like, have this hope in the back of your mind that, like, oh, maybe one day we'll work out again. Like, maybe if he fixes this, or if he can change himself in this aspect, like, we'll be able to work it out and we can get together again. It's, like, you don't need to just wait around.
Yeah.
Like, just live your life normally, and, like, when you meet another guy, you can pursue it with him. Or in 10 years or whatever, if you guys, like, find your way back to each other, fine. But, like, you can't just, like, sit there constantly hoping that something's going to work out.
Exactly. And, like, also the long distance, like, he lived 10 hours away from me. So,
Yeah.
like, we saw each other every, like, 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So that was easy. But it's just, like, it was just, like, I don't know. It was just, like, weird because, like, you don't know what he's doing up there.
Yeah.
And obviously, he was doing some stuff up there that I didn't know about. And so, like, when I found out what he was really doing, it was just, like, I don't know. It was just so scary. And also, another thing is, I love his friends. Danny and Jace, like, the ones that went to New York with me. I'm going to miss them so much. They're, like, my best friends, too. And, yeah, I love them so much.
Oh, that's so sad.
Yeah, because, like, Danny was crying, too. And it was, like, dude, because he's, like, obviously he likes Benny, and like, or he loves Benny, and like me and Danny have only met twice, and Jace, but like they seem like brothers to me, genuinely. Like I love them so much. I tell them everything about my day. Me and Jace still FaceTime and stuff, like not in a weird way or anything, but we just catch up and stuff like that because we were so close. And so like not like having to be on FaceTime, because like usually it would be me, Brooke, Jason, Benny on FaceTime. Now just like it just being me and Jace is so different, but like I also like talking to him and stuff because he's like a brother to me too, so it's like fun. But yeah.
I hate that. It's like you're losing more than just one person.
Yeah, for
you
sure.
know, it's like you're losing the family, the friends. You're just feels like you're exiled from a whole community of people that you cared about.
Much, yeah.
For a reason that you didn't.
And
want
also
to
just
happen.
like I went up there one time to his house one time, and like I met so many friends, so many new people, and like knowing that I'll never be able to see them again, or probably never gonna be able to see them again is so hard because like I want to see them so bad, and I loved like hanging out with all them, but like knowing that I'm never gonna see them again is so hard because like they're
well, you never know like what the future holds.
Yeah.
Well, I wouldn't go back.
No, I
No,
wouldn't.
Kate is saying like if she met a friend up there, she can still be that person's friend.
Yeah.
And see them in the future.
Well,
Like she can
you never
be
know what
friends
the
with
future
people
holds,
she met. She can be friends with
Would it
people
be
she
weird
met
to
in
travel
Florida.
up just to see Jace? Like I feel like that would be weird. But
I mean, yeah, it's like
It'd be weird for
that
now.
one
I
might
wouldn't
be,
say you should do that right now for sure.
no.
Yeah. But no, you never know what the future holds. Dating's almost kind of like a job interview. It's like, there's, you can not be qualified for the job of husband or wife right now, but in 10 years, or 5 years or whatever, people do change. People change,
Yeah.
Everybody makes mistakes too, like I said. So,
I still wouldn't go back.
Yeah.
it is one of those, I hate that you're going through this.
Yeah.
Because it is one of probably the hardest
hardest life
things,
experience.
especially in this time of life, that you'll probably go through. And it's just so sad. I hate breakups. I hate cheating. I hate it all. It's horrible. And the fact that you were so caught off guard by this, it wasn't like one of the things where it's like,
Oh, I kind of knew about it. Like, no,
yeah,
I
like
had
it
no
wasn't
idea.
something that was
Well,
being
even just,
alluded
like-
to throughout your
Yeah.
relationship. It wasn't like you could prepare yourself for this coming just so out of the blue.
I had no idea.
It's
Well,
devastating.
also just like this situation compared to like your last experience with like a relationship, like you were literally a child in your last
Yeah.
one. Like you were like just
When you're 10 to 13, relationships don't even count.
Yeah.
it's like once you get to the age where you are like you're old enough to go out, you're to drive to dates together, you're flying to see him across the country. Like it's like you're mature enough to be allowed to fly across the country to see this person. Like that's different than the relationship you had in the 8th grade when
Exactly.
you like it's gonna hit you.
Where my
This
mom, like,
2
what-
months is gonna hit you like the fact that you were with him for 2 months and this happened probably hurt you way harder
Than the
whatever
4-year
happened to you when you were with the other guy for
Yeah.
4 years. But it was like you were
On
still
and
literally a kid.
Exactly.
Like
Yeah.
Yeah. There's after I dated several girls and got hurt by all of them, I took this one thing to heart that was, I would say, the most instrumental piece of advice in dating. And I feel like you're going through it right now because of this same mistake. It's like you can blame Benny, you can blame all of this other people and stuff, and obviously you can't control his actions. You know?
Yeah.
I'm not saying it's your fault at all, but
and this doesn't
during
excuse them.
dating, I think it's Proverbs 4:28 says to guard your heart above all else. And so especially in dating, I mean above all else. It's not saying like, oh, guard your heart above this, but put dating before it, or this or that or the other, or your wife or your husband. It's saying above all else, guard your heart.
Yeah.
And that's what you let into it, whether it's your music tastes, your movies you're watching, your influences in life, and dating. And I think that's one of the things that's like when you guard your heart so tightly that it's like, hey, I'm not gonna date with this like emotion behind it of like, oh, I just want to feel something.
Yeah.
I want to feel again. I want to experience a spark in a fire and like be close with somebody intimately, and you just want to pursue a relationship with that person that will lead to marriage. But it's more of like I hate to say the word interview because dating's more than an interview.
It's more of like a.
I don't know. Y'all's first date sounded like an interview.
Well,
I-
first date
people-
can be an
people
interview.
laugh.
First
Ours-
date can be an
No,
interview.
Mine and
that's
Mav's.
valid. Y'all should not have just dated
First date can
casually
be an
for
interview. But
3
Me?
months. No. I'm talking about them. I don't think it would have been beneficial for Mav and Kinsey to go on dates for 3 months, and 3 months in they have the hard top like conversations. You know?
I gave you that book, and did you want to finish real quick?
Oh yeah.
no, that's good.
The book that I put in your
Yeah.
basket, I know you probably hate reading.
No, I'm gonna read it.
Well-
I did not love reading either, and it took me about 2 years to open that book.
Kinsey said somebody had gifted it to her.
No
My
way.
mom gifted me a different book.
Oh, okay.
That
okay.
took me 3 years to read, and I
Yeah.
finally read that. But the book that I gave you, Outdated by JP, Jonathan McCluda, y'all should all go buy it and read it. It's really good. It just says in the book how to date well, and that is one of the main things is to guard your heart. And in that means not just going on dates with whoever and just being a boyfriend and girlfriend just because you feel like, oh, like, yeah, you can buy me candy for Valentine's Day this year or
Yeah.
whatever it might be that
Yeah.
you're looking forward to in a relationship. You have to date intentionally. And again, like Mav said, obviously it's not your fault that Benny cheated on you.
Yeah.
But I think Mav's point in saying guard your heart is that when you guard your heart so well, and you learn how to do that as you grow up, when you guard it so well, it's less likely to happen that somebody would cheat on you because you're not even looking in their direction.
Yeah.
You would
Yeah.
never even look in the direction of somebody who would even possibly think that way, because you are so focused and targeted on a type of person who is putting you above all else.
Exactly.
Other than God.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, there was lots of girls I dated that I know if or when bad things would happen in my life, I know Cash was looking at me like, well, you're kind of getting what you're asking for. He's like, you're dating that person, the people I was dating at different times. It's like, oh, well, yeah, you're dating that person. And so you can't really, you should expect that to happen. Can you not see their behavior? Like, he'd look at me and be like, yeah, obviously that person's going to treat you like that. That's how she treats other people. You don't think she's going to treat you any different just because she says she loves you? It's like, if that's how she's treating other people, she's going to treat you the same way eventually. And so I think when it comes to dating, it's seeing how they treat other people and their reputation. And when you guard your heart in a way that is not just for you to like walk around and judge people, but guard your heart for hey, is this person that I'm potentially thinking about dating somebody that is Christ-centered, that when they think about how they're going to handle a situation, they think, how can I handle this as a Christian? What is the best way to handle this? And how is this going to affect others? And just somebody that really puts their
It's not
best foot forward.
self-focused, Yeah.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? And is trying to be Christ-like in everything they do.
And
That's the person you want to date. The person that's trying to be a good husband before they are.
Yeah.
The person that's trying to, not somebody that's trying to be a good boyfriend, but somebody that's trying to be a good husband and preparing themselves to
For later in life.
to be able to teach their kids the Bible one day, maybe how to respect women, how to handle certain situations, just all sorts
Respect
of
women.
things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We know Cash is
Cash
big on
got that one down.
You missed the episode where he was talking about how much
Respecting
he
women.
respects women.
I'm like a women activist.
Wait, one of the
Respect.
thumbnails should be you on the face and be like, I hate tampons, and be like, how I respect women. Or no, I hate periods.
I've seen those videos. Those are
It's
funny.
so funny.
I think another thing that's also like really important that I feel like I would say like the majority of the people, which I am not the person to come to for dating advice, because I got extremely, extremely blessed at the age of 15 to have started
Easy.
dating my future husband, and we get married 2 days after I turn 18. Like, I know I'm living in fairy tale land.
I think you got blessed at 18, not 15.
No, because we started dating when I was 15.
Yeah, I know. I'm kidding. I'm joking.
No, but I know that this is like literally like a fictional story I'm living in. Like, that is, the average person does not have that experience. So it's like, what do you even know about dating? But from my perspective of watching everyone else around me date, the one mistake that every single person, I want to say actually probably every person I know has made, is when you are with a person and the group of people around you is telling you, listen, like, that's not the one. That is not the person you need to be with. And they just choose not to listen to that. They're like, yeah, I understand where you're coming from, but I'm still just going to do it because, like, I like this person right now. Like, that just puts you in for just this long emotional, like, rundown freaking relationship where you're just like, you could have gotten out of it way sooner if you just listened to the people around you. If you're surrounded by a good group of people who have like good morals and values and they're telling you that, like, you should take that information to heart. And I feel like a lot of people don't do that. And I think that just, you're not going to start dating again. I don't think anytime soon.
No.
But next time you do, like, you should really ask the people around you, like, their opinion on that person.
Exactly.
Because I
Hey,
think,
just let me talk to him and then I'll tell you.
yeah.
And another thing
Well-
is, I would not put it on social media like how fast I did with me and Benny.
Yeah.
Because, like, I don't know what his, like, intentions were, but I don't think he was using me or anything, but, like, he gained followers so easy. Like,
Well, and it's just a lot of explaining.
I
and a
talked
lot
to
of
Kate
things
for
to
years
happen.
before we ever went on social media.
Yeah. And
I
even
wish I did
after we
that.
started dating, I was like, I don't want to.
and it's like anytime we'd hang out.
Yeah.
Let's make a TikTok. Let's make
Yeah.
this.
And there's nothing wrong with that if you're dating a social media influencer person. I don't think there's anything wrong
Yeah.
with that.
No, but,
Um,
like,
but,
still, I don't.
There is something wrong with cheating.
Big thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think if somebody just says they love Jesus, that's not enough. Like, you gotta
No.
like see how they walk, and then I think if the people around you who aren't in the relationship are all like seeing red flags,
Yeah.
and you're just kind of like being like, no,
Yeah.
no.
Yeah.
Like,
No.
one of my every once in a while somebody will ask me like, what do you think? Do you think this person is like, should I keep dating this person? And usually I know I'm like the 5th or 6th person they've asked. And I'm like, oh, well, you already know. You already know the answer.
Yeah.
And they're like, no, like genuinely, like, what do you think? And I'm like, you already know.
Yeah.
You're looking to me to hopefully have someone validate
Yeah.
your feelings.
Yeah.
But that's not, but you already know. Everyone's
Yeah.
already told you. You're looking for me to say, oh, yeah, I think it's a good person.
they're
So you can
looking
have
for
one person
anyone
that will
to
to
validate it.
vouch.
And if you have a person in your life that is validating a relationship like that, cut them off.
Well,
'Cause that person-
I just question. I'd look at the rest of their life and question their life decisions. And if they make other good life decisions, then maybe it's okay. But if they're one of those people that you're like, yeah, I would never listen to that person, and now you're listening to them, it's probably not good. We kind of breezed over it earlier, but like you mentioned how it's like difficult with all the time, filling the gaps. I think that is one of the, I hate to say best things after a breakup because it's horrible,
Yeah.
but it is a way of self-reflecting of going, man, all this time I've been saying like, I don't have time to read the Bible or I don't have time to do this. It's like, well, now you
Now you
got
do.
Yeah. Time, and filling that time with reading, or I know Cash hates it, but journaling or different things really does prepare you as you look back at the things that happen and you're like, oh, well, maybe there were some red flags. Maybe there was this sign, or maybe there wasn't. But, you journal, you get all that out, and you read scripture, and you meditate on scripture, you worship. And it's just, that was one of the most beneficial things for me, was like focusing on like anytime I feel like texting or calling this person, just being like, I'm going to open up God's word, or I'm going to worship right now, and just really try to get those thoughts of that person out of my head, because they're there for a long time after you break up. It's like, man, you're going to think about it for a while.
Oh yeah.
And it's like, you'll be fine one day, and then you'll look at something and it reminds you of that person, and you're like, well, yeah, that's the restaurant we used to always eat at. And it's like, well, you just drove past it and now you're thinking about them, and you can get caught up in this, like, back to the questions of, was I enough? Was was I not pretty enough? Was I not skinny enough?
That's what I like every time, because the girl that he cheated on me with.
No, they're just cheaters.
No, the girl that he cheated on me with was perfect. Like,
Well,
Doesn't
you're
matter.
perfect.
well,
I want you to know this, Harper. There will always.
I have
this isn't to be mean. This
strong
isn't to
words
be
for
mean.
cheaters.
There will always be someone prettier than you,
yeah.
skinnier than you.
Dang.
No, that's just
No,
life.
it's
He
true.
said you're chalk.
Yeah.
No,
No,
I'm
there's-
saying there
you're-
will always be.
The
So
grass
if-
is always greener.
He's like,
on
it's
the other
not
side.
that hard.
No, I'm just saying that there will always be somebody prettier than you, skinnier than you. And if you're ever feeling like you're in that situation where you're not pretty enough, or this, that, and the other, especially if you're dating, that can be a scary place, and it might be good to leave, because that kind of person that's dating you because you're pretty,
Yeah.
because you're skinny,
Yeah.
will
It
find
doesn't
someone
matter.
find
Prettier.
someone prettier eventually.
And
Yeah.
skinnier.
Or-
It
and
doesn't
skinnier.
matter.
Yeah.
You know what they say?
And skinnier.
Well, yeah. They say this is a saying that people say. They say cheaters. You know what they say they do? Cheat. So
Once a
No
cheater,
ma-
always a cheater.
yeah, there's all those
And
sayings.
he told me in his past relationships that he did make mistakes like that too, and that's when I knew. I was
Well,
like,
see,
I thought he
yeah, I've been
changed, though.
quiet for most of the episode because I don't like cheaters. And I have
Nobody does.
I have strong words for them, and I probably shouldn't have these emotions towards them. But no, I shouldn't say nothing.
Say it.
No, I just
No, he should keep his mouth shut.
because if you cheat on well, I guess in general, but if you cheat on a girl, it's just like, yeah.
Say it.
or the other way.
I feel like though
Either way around, it's just like,
If you're cheating on a girl, if you're cheating on a dude, it is horrible.
It's terrible. You
Wait,
It's
can
like
I-
the
can
worst
I
thing
say
you could do to
the-
somebody in a relationship.
not to discredit you, Cash, but I don't think necessarily once a cheater, always a cheater, because I think there's
no, I'm
always...
just saying currently they are trash.
Yes, currently they are trash. Yes, correct.
Yes.
But I think there is room for grace and redemption in that.
Yeah.
But
And
I also
currently-
think don't be ignorant enough to fall for someone who's in a pattern in their life.
Yeah.
If they've cheated last week, they're going to cheat this week.
Yeah.
But if they've had 2 years to like not date at all and they've really thought about it and they put the work in, then maybe a cheater is not a cheater anymore.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But
I'm
wouldn't.
always here for second chances, but like,
No.
But I think,
Don't be.
I
That's
think,
the famous last words.
No, I think there are second chances, but I think the second chance comes after
You see a
lot
change.
of growth in a person.
Yeah.
And growth in a person like that cannot happen in an hour.
Oh,
it can't
no.
happen in a week. For some people, it doesn't happen in even a year. So I think you have to, that's where your community comes in. You ask your people, you talk to their people, especially. Whenever I met Cash and Kate did have some crazy things to say about Mav, but overall, she said how great of a human being he was and how great of a husband he would be.
Yeah.
So therefore, I knew the people
You
in
didn't
his
ask
life.
me.
Yeah, well,
You're not a woman.
Yeah, it's
You
different.
didn't ask
I
me
also,
about
I was
how-
not just like dogging Mav. I needed her to know, like, there are things about, like, I would hate for you to get in a relationship with Mav, and then you find these things out later. It's better for you to know now. And
The
it's
re-
like, not
yeah.
anything crazy, but like weird quirks and stuff.
The
But I was
reason
like,
I
take Tylenol.
The reason I dislike cheaters so much is I've known quite a few in my lifetime, and anytime I've never been cheated on or cheated or anything like that. Like Kate said, me and her have been pretty lucky to have such a good relationship, like since we spawned. But every time I've seen a cheater or known a cheater, and believe me, I know a lot of them. Some of them run in blood, some of them run in friendships, some of them I just witness. But I've never seen one like actually stop cheating. Not once in my life. Not saying it's not possible. People change all the time. They can, but that's why I don't like them.